Well, ahoy there, me hearties! I am Captain Twisty. It's really just me, Mr. Twisty, pretending to be a pirate today because of today's story. And here's a joke. What's a pirate's favorite letter? Well, you might think it's R, but it's the C they love. Oh, well, I guess we have to set sail on today's show.
Mr. Twisty Storytime Adventures. Mr. Twisty Storytime Adventures. Mr. Twisty Storytime Adventures. Here comes Mr. Twisty.
I am so glad you've come aboard our magical pirate ship. I've converted the treehouse into a pirate ship for today's adventure. What do you think? It's a place full of treasure, adventure. Whoa, wow, I think we hit a rough patch. And maybe even a surprise or two. What do you say? Are you ready to join Mr. Twisty for an adventure on the high seas? Great. I am glad you could join me. Let's get started. One of my favorite things is telling silly jokes, especially pirate jokes. Let's tell 3 silly jokes, starting with number 1. Why don't pirates shower before they walk the plank? Because they'll just wash up on the shore later. Now we still have 2 more jokes to tell, and I feel something seriously silly coming on. What kind of ships do pirates prefer on Valentine's Day? Relationships. Last joke, number 3. Why are pirates called pirates? Well, because they are... Wait, what? Do you see the swirly symbol on the map? How did she find us? Oh boy, it would be swell if Auntie Twirly was back. Okay, you know what to do. Say the magic words along with me. Abracadabra, abracaswirly, won't you join us, Auntie Twirly?
Ahoy, Mr. Twisty.
Ahoy, Auntie Twirly. How did you find us playing pirates at sea?
I used my GPS. Global Parrot Squad, a flock of feathered navigators.
I was just going to tell you a joke about a shipwreck, but I thought it might be too deep for you.
Oh, Mr. Twisty, you're always so punny.
Oh, Auntie Twirly, today's show is Brandon Sets Sail by Brandon himself.
Oh, how exciting. Can we bring Brandon in to tell us about it?
Well, shiver me timbers. Sounds like I'm getting word from land. Breaking news for us, mateys.
Ahoy there, viewers. This is Read Headlines with a special report. We're joined today by young author Brandon Dean, who's just released his book, Brandon Sets Sail, a story about sharing success. Ahoy, Brandon.
Ahoy, Reed. Thanks for having me aboard.
Brandon, why does it take so long for pirates to learn the alphabet?
Because they spend years stuck at sea.
Good one. Now, tell us about your book. Is it full of pirate puns?
Not quite, Reed. It's about sharing sex with others, but I do love a good pirate joke. Why did the pirates play cards?
I don't know. Why?
Because he was sitting on the deck.
You're quite the jokester. Speaking of pirates, why didn't the pirate have a hook hand?
Because he didn't need one.
Exactly. Now, Brandon, your book is making waves in the literary world. What inspired you to write it?
Well, Reed, I saw my dad publish a book, and I thought I could do that too. It was smooth sailing from there.
That's wonderful. Sharing success runs in the family. Now, one last joke before we go, Brandon. Why did the pirate go to the Apple store.
I know. He needed the latest iPad.
Brilliant! Well, folks, that's all for now. This has been Read Headlines, wishing everyone smooth sailing and plenty of laughs.
Away.
Oh, that's a good one, Brandon. Okay, let's dive into your story. Brandon Set Sail, a story about sharing success by Brandon and Elton Dean.
Captain Brandon was relaxing on the beach when he noticed something sticking out of the sand. He was curious at first, but quickly became excited. Is that what I think it is? He pulled a glass bottle from the sand. Something was inside. There was a message taped to it. A pirate's treasure could be in your hand if you find the third X that rests in the sand. He reached into the bottle and he found a rolled up piece of paper. A treasure map, he yelled. Ready the ship. Captain Brandon and his crew jumped into their dinghy and rowed out to the Gold Hopper. As they prepared to embark, Sid, the second mate, studied the map and plotted a course to the first X. Weigh the anchor, hoist the mizzen, Captain Brandon announced. It's time to set sail. They dropped the anchor outside of Big Paw Banks and looked all over for the X. It was nowhere to be found. It should be here, Captain Brandon said with frustration. We're looking above the water, the boatswain Buckeye said. What if it's down below? Captain Brandon got into his diver suit, walked the plank, and plopped into the water. Aha, he declared. There it is. A crab was burrowing an X-shaped hole in the reef with a rolled-up map in her claw. I'll take that, Captain Brandon said as he tried to snatch the map. The crab did not like that, so she pinched Captain Brandon right on the biscuits. Garr, he yelled in surprise. He couldn't just take the map. Instead, he found some delicious sea snails and oysters to trade, which the crab was happy to accept. Back on the Gold Hopper, Sid studied the map. She noticed the navigation markers were in alphabetical order. Marker X was precisely where they needed to go. This will be an easy voyage, she announced, but it's going to take a while to get there. Waiting patiently was difficult. Luckily, Parody the Parrot was excellent at keeping the crew entertained. Why are pirates so bad at word searches? They only search for the X. The Gold Hopper sailed past marker after marker. Finally, they reached marker X, where Captain Brandon searched and searched. There was no map on it. Ahoy, matey! Parody yelled down from the crow's nest. What has 8 arms and 1 map? This is no time for jokes, Captain Brandon snapped. It's not a joke, Parody replied. It's a giant octopus. Man the water cannons, Captain Brandon ordered. Unfortunately, the water cannons were no match for a giant angry octopus. Ceasefire, Captain Brandon yelled. We'll have to find another way. Sid noticed something about the octopus. I think she needs help. The octopus wasn't trying to take the map. She was upset because she got a bunch of paper cuts when the high winds blew the map off the marker. The crew patched up the octopus. She was thankful for their kindness. She gave Captain Brandon the map. He gave her a Jolly Roger flag. The Gold Hopper set sail once again. This time the crew was heading to Scallywag Island to find the final X. Drop anchor, Captain Brandon instructed. He was already in the dinghy waiting for the crew to join him. They searched Scallywag Island for hours. Finally, Captain Brandon spotted a red X lying in the sand. This part of the island had become known as the Hole of Gold because of the rumors that treasure was buried there. Don't bother, a tired treasure hunter told the crew. There's no treasure here. Captain Brandon was not going to be discouraged. If I want to succeed, I'll have to dig deeper than everybody else. The crew dug, and they dug, and they dug some more until... clank! Captain Brandon's shovel hit something solid. His heart was racing in excitement. He dug around the large wooden chest until he could pull it from the ground. He dragged it to the surface and opened it to find gold coins, jewelry, and a beautiful golden crown. "Shiver me timbers," Captain Brandon said in disbelief. "I found it, and it's all mine." "Hold on, matey," Sid interrupted. "You're going to share that with us, right?" "No way," Captain Brandon told her. "I found the treasure, so it's mine." "You didn't find it by yourself," Buckeye added. "Without us, you wouldn't have any treasure." "I helped you navigate," Sid informed Captain Brandon. "You're making me feel like I'm not important." "And I kept the gold hopper in good working order," Buckeye said. "You're making me feel unappreciated." "And I provided all the entertainment," Parody mentioned. "I don't think this is funny." "But it's just that I always wanted to find treasure," Captain Brandon told his crew. "You did find treasure," Sid told him. "Yeah," Buckeye agreed, "but you found it as part of a team." Captain Brandon struggled with the idea of giving away his treasure. The more he thought about it, the more he realized he wasn't losing anything. Captain Brandon knew he would not have succeeded without Sid, Buckeye, and Parody. "I have a plan," Captain Brandon told the crew. "Let's carry this chest back to the gold hopper, count up all the treasure, and split it equally." The crew members were surprised. "Really? You're the best crew I could ever ask for," Captain Brandon told them. "You deserve your part of the treasure that we found together." "Where are we off for now?" Sid asked. "We have a crab and an octopus to find," Captain Brandon answered. "We could not have done it without them."
That was exciting, or should I say exceeding. Brandon's story reminds us that sharing success makes it even sweeter. Now, what was your favorite part of that sensational adventure?
I love pirates. I love how it reminded me about sharing success, even on the high seas. There are some great pirate jokes in the back of that book. I loved that too. Where do kid pirates go for fun?
I don't know. Where?
The arcade. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Turner.
Turner who?
Turn around. There's a parrot behind you.
Yee, make me laugh, matey. You're a right jester, ye are.
I have to go now, Mr. Twisty. I have to organize my pillows alphabetically by height. But I don't want to say goodbye either, so I'll say hello in reverse. Hello!
Olé, Auntie Twirly. Good luck with those pillows. I had a dream once that I ate the world's largest marshmallow. When I woke up, my pillow was gone. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? I love when Auntie Twirly is able to visit. She's so much fun. Now, let's make a special balloon to celebrate Brandon's story. Well, today was a lot of fun. I have to share some success with others too. Brandon, thanks for being such an awesome kid and coming to join us here today. You are going to do great things in your future. And Brandon's dad, Elton, thank you for being a great dad. Auntie Twirly, thank you for taking time out from training your fish to spell and organizing your pillow collection alphabetically to spend some time with us today. And thanks to all of you, my friends, who make Mr. Twisty's Storytime Adventures so much fun. Well, my friends, I have to go now, but I never like to say goodbye, so I always say hello backwards. Olé!
Mr. Twisty's Storytime Adventures. Mr. Twisty's Storytime Adventures. Mr. Twisty Storytime Adventures. So much fun with Mr. Twisty.